Hi friends, in this session we shall detail on the elections and electoral management in India. Elections can be broadly defined as a mechanism devised to mirror the true wishes and the will of the people in the matter of choosing their representatives who are supposed to echo their views and represent their interests in the legislatures. India is a sovereign, socialist, secular and democratic republic, and we, having adopted a parliamentary form of government, our parliament consists of the President of India and two houses, Rajya Sabha and Lok Sabha. And it is by the way of elections, our democracy presupposes representation of the people in parliament and state legislatures. India, being a union of states, has separate state legislatures for each state. State legislatures consist of the governor and two houses. In few states, we have legislative council and legislative assembly, while in others, it is the governor and state legislative assemblies. We also have legislative assemblies in few union territories as well. The two aspects of the election are the management of election and management of the electoral roll. Election management refers to managing some or all the essential elements related to the election. These elements are delimitation of boundaries, where boundaries of various assembly and Lok Sabha constituencies are redrawn based on a recent census. Second element is the voter education. This is a politically non-partisan approach of providing basic information about participating in elections. It includes providing knowledge of voter registration, casting of ballot using ballot paper or EVM and VVPAT, and the knowledge of how each vote contribute to the final result in the election. The focus of this exercise is often on how to vote rather than whom to vote. The third element of election management is of determining and registering eligible voters. Every citizen attaining 18 years of age on qualifying date, unless disqualified, is eligible to be enrolled only at ordinary place of residence only once. The criteria differs for registering overseas voters and service electors. The next element is to receive and validate nominations of candidates and prepared ballot papers. Now, this is the most important one in conducting polls, wherein right from preparing the polling booth, selection and training to polling officials, deployment of security personnel, transportation of staff, officials for monitoring poll and poll campaign, it is the ECI who is responsible for the mammoth exercise of conducting poll in India in a phased manner. And amongst this, the most important elements are monitoring campaign finance, so as to curb the menace of money and muscle power and such other corrupt practices. ECI, starting from 2010, has adopted a structured mechanism to facilitate and monitor election expenditure. The recent addition is media monitoring, which refers to previewing, scrutinizing, verifying and certifying all the advertisements by the contesting candidates or political parties before being inserted in the electronic media, and to check the cases of paid news by constituting committees for this purpose. Resolution of electoral disputes by way of judicial process is yet another element of election management. And finally, the counting of votes. This crucial step of election management ensures that the entire counting process is error-free and transparent so as to tabulate and announce the results. The second aspect of election is the electoral roll management. This is the careful management of technology, resources, employees, relationship between the stakeholder organizations and the communication of information to the public involving various tasks right from recruiting staff to run the elections, choosing a method to compile the electoral register, choosing voting technologies, regular system of evaluating both staff and technologies used, managing a network of stakeholders involved in organizing elections, communicating effectively with the public, and organizing polling day and the count.